Okay, so it's summer. So one of the best things that I did last summer was get a Ninja Creami. It's one of the most popular recipes that I have on my blog. I have the whole cookbook, but I'm going to do some new flavors today. And so I'm getting them started now. If you happen to be watching my Blackstone videos, I'm wearing the same outfit. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do high protein, relatively low calorie, Ninja Creami recipes. I like ice cream as much as the next person. I would love to eat ice cream every day. However, that would not work out for me. So we are going to make this at home, and the base is going to be blended cream cheese and then milk. So if you're dairy free, I'm sorry. I used to be dairy free for a while, so I get it, but sorry. Okay, so I have blended up a bunch of cream cheese, which if you don't like cream cheese, this is the best way to incorporate it. I know there are so many cream cheese recipes out there, and some of them are better than others, but this one you won't even taste or know the difference. I just like it because it's thicker than Greek yogurt. I've also done Greek yogurt, but I prefer cream cheese. So the first thing we're going to do now that we've blended up our cream cheese is we're going to add it to our different containers. This is just the prep step. If you have a Ninja Creami, it does have to freeze for 24 hours. So it's not one of those things that you can have a craving and all of a sudden make it. You do have to have a little bit of planning. So that's why we're going to make 4 different flavors. And I'll tell you what they are once I get my cream cheese in. Cream cheese, not cream cheese, cottage cheese. Although cream cheese would be good. Right now we have 1/4 cup. I'm just going to evenly split this. It was about 2 cups, I would say, before I blended it. So we're going to evenly distribute this. As you can see on there, there is a max line. So we cannot fill these higher than the max line. And we're going to try and get them as even as possible that we can get each of them to have about 1/2 cup. So if you want it to be a little bit less of a lower fat ice cream, you can use, I like to use the Fairlife milk because it has more protein. There's fat free, there's 2%. They didn't have more fat free when I went shopping, so I had to get 2%. So I'll probably mix them, right? Okay. So we're going to do 1/2 cup-ish because this still has cream cheese. I keep saying cream cheese, cottage cheese. With 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's keep going. 3. We're going to need more liquid though. 4. Oh, that's pretty close. So we'll figure that out here in a moment. Okay. 4 flavors we're going to do are of plain vanilla. We'll just do a protein vanilla. We're going to do a protein Chubby Hubby. We're going to do an Oreo, peanut butter Oreo. That is my favorite. I usually make that with the Fairlife protein shake. And then we're going to do a cinnamon Teddy Graham. The toppings, I don't usually put them in until I actually spin them, which will be tomorrow at the very earliest, but for me, it's really Thursday. So right now, it's just about getting the peanut butter, the sweetener, the protein, and the liquid. And the toppings, I will add in before I spin it. Now, I'm going to be using Truvia Sweet Complete brown sugar. It's made mostly with stevia. My protein is sweetened, but it's not like super sweet, so I'm going to add a little bit. I probably will add just maybe like a tablespoon to each one. I'm going to get all of my ingredients in. I'm going to mix them up, and then I will put the remainder of the milk in because I do want it to come up as high as I can. Let's do a scoop of protein powder per each of these. Do 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract because it can be quite strong. Maybe we'll want more. Who's to say? Let's just do 1/2 teaspoon. If you had a vanilla bean, that would be really good to put in this. I don't have any vanilla beans, but I highly recommend it if you're making a vanilla protein ice cream that you add a vanilla bean. That would be great. Okay, so this one, let's get a fork. I'm just going to mix this up with a fork, just like this. Mix it up. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I want to put in this. No, I don't think so. You don't need it to be super, super smooth because the creamy machine will do that on its own. Oh, hold on. We still have a little bit of this left. So we're going to just keep going up to the max fill line. That's all done. So we'll open up our new milk and we'll go to the top of this, to the max-ish fill line, right around there. Ooh la la. Okay. Mix, mix, mix. All right, this one is done. No, that's the lid. Ooh, this looks dirty. Okay, I'll wash that. Okay, this, I'm trying to figure out which is which. No, these go with this. This is actually Ninja Creami. This came with the Ninja Creami. I bought extra containers on Amazon because I do like to make a couple. I don't just like to make one. This one's ready to go into the freezer. The next one's peanut butter. I'm using Kirkland's organic creamy peanut butter. I like the creamy. This is the best peanut butter. It's literally just peanuts. So we're gonna put one. And then we're gonna do a second one. I suppose you could do even more, but I'm just gonna go with 2. Get all that out of there. We're gonna mix first. This is gonna be a little bit thicker just to mix because of the peanut butter. So we're gonna mix this. Also gonna have that more of that peanut butter color. Is there anything else we wanna put in this one? I don't think so. Oh wait, we're doing Chubby Hubby. We're gonna add a little squirt of Hershey syrup. Oh, now we're gonna make a mess. Okay, give it a little bit of a chocolate flavor. Okay, that was random. I'll put you back over here. It's nothing if not chaotic in this kitchen at all times. All right, one up. This one's ready to go. This one is ready to go. Next is going to be chocolate peanut butter Oreo. Let's just do 1 tablespoon of peanut butter for this. You can also do peanut butter powder. I think I shared a recipe on Instagram last summer that had peanut butter powder if you're looking for something with a little less fat. This one will have Oreos in it. So we're gonna leave a little space for that. Now I have to remember, I just have to remember what all these are. Okay, I need to wash that one lid because it was dirty. And finally, we have Teddy Graham. Ooh, I know what we're gonna add to this one. It's gonna be cinnamon Teddy Graham. I'm gonna add a tiny, just like a little tiny bit of cinnamon. This would be almost like a snickerdoodle. Up. I am going to label them. I just want to put a little piece of tape on top of them. Tomorrow, whenever I make them, I will know what's what, and I'll put the toppings in the right thing and not make a weird flavor combination. We're going to put these in the fridge, and then I will show you once they've been able to freeze for at least 24 hours, we will add the toppings and spin with the machine. It has been at least 24 hours, so now we're getting our Ninja Creami out, and we're going to make our ice creams. So the first thing we need to do is let the ice cream sit out for about 10 minutes just to get them like, they're not super, super hard. So we're gonna give it 10 minutes while I get some of the toppings prepared. We're gonna start with the vanilla because it doesn't have any mix-ins. So I'm gonna open this one up and you can see it is a little bit rounded at the top. We might have to spin it a few times, but we're gonna put just a drizzle of milk on top. This is very helpful when you spin. I'm gonna put it into this container, back on here. Now we're gonna lock it into place. There we go. Okay, we're going to do, there's a lot of different options. We're gonna be doing light ice cream. Okay. See what it looks like. See if it needs respun or not. Okay. So as you can see, it looks pretty good, but we could use a little bit. It's a little bit, I don't know, I personally like a little bit more soft in the middle, so I'm just going to do the tiniest little bit of milk and respin one more time. Let's see. Oh, that looks great. Here we go. And this is our vanilla. Let's get a scoop. Give you a nice look of a scoop here. Scoop so nice and easy. Beautiful. Whoa. All right, there I go. I'll do the taste test and I'll tell you what it needs or doesn't need. It's very soft, which I like. To me, it needs more sweetener. It needs a little bit more sweeter, but I definitely taste the vanilla. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in more Truvia. One more in. Boop, like that. One more mix in. So added in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So here is what we have here. Taste test number 2. I have a really good feeling about this one. This is perfect. This one, and it's a little softer, which I really like because now it's kind of like soft serve. So I want to keep eating it, but I'm not going to because I got to make 3 more and try them. Next one we're going to do is Chubby Hubby. So we have the Chubby Hubby right here. I'm going to open this up. You can see once again, it's like that. Chubby Hubby, we're going to add, these are odds and ends, dark chocolate covered pretzel pieces from Misfit Markets, and they're already kind of broken up. So we're just going to put like, this is about 1/4 cup. We'll just put ish that. Great. We'll do a tablespoon of peanut butter in here. We're going to use this little spoon that goes in the bottom of, oh, there we go, into the bottom of bottles or makeup containers and gets like the bottom of the bottom. I'm going to add in a little bit of milk to spin it. Okay, there we have that. Now I really should have waited to do the mix-ins until I actually respun it. So it's probably going to crush them up a lot, but we'll just have to add in more. Ooh, oh, I really like the looks of this though. Okay, here we are. All right, taste test. This one looks great. It does not look like Chubby Hubby, let me just say that, but it looks good. Test number 2. This one's delicious. If you want bigger pieces, you might want to respin though. I like it. Chubby Hubby's done, vanilla's done. Let's do Teddy Graham. I'm going to learn from my time with vanilla, and I'm going to add in one more Truvia, splash of milk. We'll do 1/4 of a cup, kind of a scant 1/4 cup of Teddy Grahams. Sorry, bears. Looks lovely coming out. Looks like a great texture. We are going to add one more 1/2 cup though of Teddy Grahams. I'm sorry, one more 1/4 cup of Teddy Grahams. And then we're going to do a mix in, just so there's bigger crunchy pieces. Oh, that's delicious. Here's Teddy Graham. This one's pretty soft. So probably added a little bit too much milk. I can already tell I'm gonna like this one. This one might be my favorite. This one's really good. I like the whole Teddy Graham pieces. Last one is peanut butter Oreo. This is one that has been pretty popular on Instagram for like a year, but I haven't shared it here on YouTube yet. So I'm going to share that one. And that's the last one. I'm already having ideas for more, so stay tuned. Okay, so we are up to our last one. This is peanut butter Oreo. Now, the one I was telling you about that I shared on Instagram, that one actually, I used a Fairlife chocolate protein shake. I do like the big Oreo pieces. We're going to add one more tablespoon of peanut butter, or you can do PB2 if you want. I have that as well. That kind of just gives the flavor without the fat, if that's what you're into. Here we go. Looks great. La-di-da. So now I'm going to very, 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 not so much, break these up. I'm actually not going to respin this simply because it's pretty soft, because it has been sitting out while I was doing the other 4. So note that if you do let it sit out, it will become pretty soft. That's how I kind of like it. But if you want it to be harder, just be aware of that. Give it one last hurrah. And with any of these recipes, you can also use chocolate milk, and it gives it like a chocolate milk or a chocolate ice cream flavor. All right, except some big. I love big Oreo pieces. Who does it? This one's so good. This one's really good too. Delicious. You can meal prep these, which is great. And then you can have ice cream for weeks, depending on how many containers you have. There's so many different flavors. I think in the next one, I'm going to do some fruits. So we can do some fruit sorbets. Every time you respin, you are adding more liquid. So if it's not a fruit liquid, if you're adding like a milk, it may kind of dilute the flavor. So just remember that each time you respin it. So you may need to add a little bit more sweetener or whatever the flavor is, if that's what you're doing. In place of cottage cheese, like I said, Greek yogurt, vanilla Greek yogurt. If you don't like the taste of Greek yogurt, vanilla Greek yogurt is going to be the closest to kind of like a yogurty ice cream flavor. Or try the Fairlife chocolate milk protein smoothies. Those are also really good to have in here. So try one out, and I will come back with 3 new recipes in part 2, which will be in a few weeks. So hope you hope you subscribe and enjoy all these Ninja Creami protein ice cream recipes.